Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, whenever it is you guys are listening to this. We are, or I guess I am, discussing creepy urban legends today on Wednesday. So I'm just going to bounce around from legend to legend. We get a legend named Charlie No Face. Sounds somewhat familiar, but yeah, I'm probably gonna jump into that. I'm just reading this off of Google. Let's see. The Bunny Man, which if I can remember correctly, I believe that the Bunny Man is from somewhere in the northeast. Gosh, I can't remember where it's from. Slender Man is another infamous one. Goat Man is another one. They get skinwalkers. Loch Ness Monster, of course. A Scottish staple. Bloody Mary, of course, everybody knows the legend of Bloody Mary. Let's see. Yeah, those are all the big ones that I could find for now. I'm gonna start with Charlie No Face. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go over there's this video that I will be playing for you guys. Watch Mojo, the top 20 urban legends that turned out to be true. This video is, I don't know, striked or what have you. Hopefully I am not. Alright. This is actually kinda lengthy. So bear with me.
94.
Oh, and also I will be pausing the video for certain legends. Alright, guys.
And I'm with you. Nobody gets me. You do.
68-year-old Edwin Curtis is being pushed to the brink of insanity by an unrelenting itch.
The itching is driving me crazy.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 urban legends that turned out to be true. For this list, we'll be looking at stories so bizarre that most people would dismiss them as fiction, except that they happened to be real, or at least based on real events. Do you know of another strange urban legend that turned out to be true, despite all the odds? Tell us about it in the comments. Number 20. Animals in the toilet. How could an animal possibly get into someone's toilet, especially with modern plumbing? The networks of curving pipes, flowing water, and germ-killing chemicals are enough to deter most creatures, but not all.
That's
Snakes
odd.
are particularly good at navigating pipes, and they like cool places. They've been spotted in toilets around the world.
Everybody asks me why didn't I?
Let me go to some of the more infamous ones.
However, someone who has just been bitten on the butt while trying to use the bathroom may not be so impressed. Number 19. Murderers through the medicine cabinet.
There's no wall there.
Yeah,
There's only a
yeah,
medicine chest separating us from the other
that's,
apartment.
hold on. That one is a bit more like noticeable, or I
The
guess you could say,
1992 movie
I guess you can say infamous. Let me go back.
Hey, wait, what are you doing? There could be somebody on the toilet.
No, the apartment's vacant.
Are you sure?
The 1992 movie Candyman introduced audiences to a scene that has become almost cliche. A villain bursts through a bathroom mirror to attack an unsuspecting victim.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
What many viewers don't know is that this scene is based on a terrifying true story. In 1987, a woman named Ruthie Mae McCoy called 911 from her Chicago housing project, saying frantically that men were coming in through her bathroom wall. Unfortunately, police made only minimal efforts to enter her locked apartment, giving up that evening and the next, even after reports of gunshots. A neighbor insisted that the building managers check on Ruthie, and they discovered her body. The murderers, who were never apprehended, had broken in through the bathroom medicine cabinet. Number 8.
I still need to see the 20. I think the remake I think the remake came out in 2019. Still need to see that one, but the classic is one of my favorites. So,
Charlie No Face.
all right, here it is. Oh my God.
Kids growing up in Pennsylvania in the mid-20th century all heard stories of Charlie No Face, the green man who haunted a railroad
Wait.
tunnel at night. Kids growing up in Pennsylvania in the mid...
Oh, yeah, Pennsylvania. I knew it was from somewhere over there, but yeah, Pennsylvania. All right.
Kids growing up in Pennsylvania in the mid-20th century all heard stories of Charlie No Face, the green man who haunted a railroad tunnel at night. Teens dared each other to go out looking for him. People in Coppell, Beaver County, knew the truth. Charlie No Face did exist, and his name was Raymond Robinson. Growing up, Robinson was severely electrocuted and lost his eyes, nose, and right arm. As an adult, Raymond would go for long walks at night on State Route 351. He was sometimes beaten or picked up and dropped off in unfamiliar locations. Others were kind, however, bringing him cigarettes and beer. He died in 1985 at the age of 74.
You know what? I forget how like infamous that case was, but yeah, I know of him because I believe I watched a video, not a video by Watch Mojo, but a video from a different channel. And honestly, I think they covered Charlie No Face for a good 30, maybe 35 minutes. I don't remember. It was a while ago. Yeah.
The actual journey of helping your hair, it is a lot easier than you'd think.
Hims definitely worked.
Number 17. A fake word in the dictionary.
People think of English as something that needs to be defended, right? Like, it's this beautiful, pristine tower. Actually, it's much more like a child.
Can we trust the dictionary? What if a sneaky editor decided to play a prank on the world? Well, that hasn't happened as far as we know, but the 1934 edition of Webster's New International Dictionary did include a fake word. The word was Dord, spelled D-O-R-D. and defined as density.
How did this happen? Well, it all started when a 3x5 slip of paper dated July 31st, 1931, arrived from one of our chemists.
This mistake occurred when someone misread a note from the chemistry editor.
Skip over to
Lawyer Gary Hoy threw himself through the 24th story window of the Toronto Dominion Center. Gary Hoy to the engineers. In the summer of 1993, lawyer Gary Hoy threw himself self-defenestration. 7. Number 16. Accidental self-defenestration.
I have no idea what
Lawyer
that is.
Gary Hoy several did come right out of the eyes of the trail of just cuddliness. The mental hospital in 04 in Fairfax. A couple parking on his head. He threw a hatchet at the car window before it disappeared.
This is another one of my favorites, the Bunny Man.
Trees
If I'm not
discovered a trail of
mistaken.
half-eaten rabbits left.
Yep.
Eyes of the Wilm and Hoy windows were. The window didn't break, but it did times in the past. He was impressed with the window of the Toronto Dominion. Here, window testing to the engineer. Self-defenestration. Lloyd and Hedberg, though, didn't tragic. Could you make the Bunny Man?
A manhunt.
Alright.
Number 15. The Bunny Man.
A manhunt discovered a trail of half-eaten rabbits left on the ground and hanging in the trees.
Though his name suggests cuddliness, the urban legend about this Virginia man is pretty gruesome.
So
In the
creepy.
story, a patient escapes a mental hospital and hangs rabbits, then children, from a bridge in Fairfax County in 1904. This probably never happened. But in 1970, 2 odd incidents did occur in Fairfax. A couple parked in a driveway were confronted by a man dressed in white who may, quote, have had something on his head. He threw a hatchet at the car window before disappearing. Then a security guard claimed to have seen a rabbit man chopping up a porch with an axe. The Bunny Man disappeared after that, but locals have not forgotten him, his axe, or his floppy ears.
Bro, what? Oh my god. This is so, like, I love box.
Number 14. Flying with balloons. It may sound like something from an animated movie, but it really happened.
I think D.B. Cooper is in this video as well.
But such ventures don't always go as planned. Larry found himself rising all the way up to 16,000 feet, where several astonished airline pilots spotted him and notified air traffic control.
Larry Walter, these scenes.
Larry's craft got caught in... You can't...
Slow down, honey. Too fast, Trevor, too fast.
I know what I'm doing, Mom.
A new driver. Issued for lawn chairs.
The chair had cut and there was hanging in.
That's the one on the TV.
For the ancient Romans, it was octopuses. For the...
Guys, I'm just gonna skip over this because, yeah, it's been a while since I watched this video. Alright.
Alligators may not have formed colonies, as legend claimed, but they do loose below New York City. 1988. And in 2015, a herd of matched after all.
And they come.
In the legend, state school subjected to a same year, a former janitor
man against him
convicted on another kid.
He tried to get information.
Driving home at night.
Wait.
Oh no. Information out of him.
Number 11, someone hiding in the back seat. Driving home at night tries to... The details seem to be made in the end. Canada. Number 10, killer elevators. Sounds familiar, are rare. They entering a hospital was trapped between them. Emergency stop button, body outside. The incident. Number 9, the toxic lady.
No idea
late
what
stage
that
cervical
is.
hour later. Suffered odd.
The autopsy was protected with
A team were ill. Most experts deciding to treat herself with dimethyl sulf poison gas.
You know, ammonia and
Although Betsy Aardsma died in Number 8, a secret murder. Although Betsy Aardsma died in 1969.
Alright, from here on out, guys, I will be just playing a video, even though either of you guys or myself may not know any of these cases, I'm just gonna play it anyway.
The circumstances of her death were so strange that the case still haunts Penn State University. Aardsma, a graduate student, was browsing in an aisle of the library when people nearby heard books falling. They found her lying senseless on the floor, and she was brought to the campus hospital, where a doctor was shocked to discover something no one else suspected. Aardsma had been murdered. The killer had only stabbed her once, and in such a way that she hardly bled at all. Because it took so long to realize a crime had been committed, most evidence at the scene was lost. The phantom killer was never found. Number 7. Dead people mistaken for Halloween decorations.
In fact, I didn't know what happened till I'd already went by.
Okay, that, like, title alone is absolutely, like, I don't even know.
All the blood.
That was part of a 911 call made by a man in Tennessee who was heading to work. He made the call after he saw what appeared to be a dead body lying in his neighbor's driveway.
You've probably noticed that Halloween decorations have been getting more and more gruesome and realistic. This has led to a
Yeah, about that, yeah, not only is it, like, my favorite holiday, but, trying to think, what was I gonna say, like, I watch YouTube a lot of the time, guys, and, like, I'm gonna be, real here. A lot of, like, YouTubers and such, they say either the same things or something very similar. Like the other day or yesterday I was watching this video and I said, wow, that's yeah, I'll play that video after this, but yeah, because it's very interesting. Alright.
strange problem. People mistaking real dead bodies for fake ones. This happened in 2005 in Frederica, Delaware, and in 2009 in Marina del Rey, California, after the bodies of people who had taken their own lives were thought to be Halloween pranks. There was another case in 2014 in Spring Hills, Florida, after a man hanged himself in his garage. A pair of handymen found the body, assumed it was a mannequin, and brought it to a dump, only for the landfill workers to note that it was in fact a corpse.
All four of them convinced themselves that it was some Halloween type prop. Obviously they felt it was very realistic.
That's because it was real.
Maybe we should tone down the decorations just a little bit. Number 6, Buried Alive.
Take care, Murph.
Being buried alive is many people's biggest fear, and it has certainly happened before when people have been falsely declared dead. Horrifyingly, it's also happened on purpose. In 1987, an Illinois businessman was kidnapped and held for ransom. For some weird reason, the kidnappers buried him in a box with water and a breathing tube. Unfortunately, the tube failed, and by the time police arrived, he was dead. There was another case in 2020 when a man in Jingbian County, Shaanxi Province, China, allegedly buried his 79-year-old mother in a shallow grave. Miraculously, she was reportedly rescued by police who dug her out.
Yeah, that is not fun.
Number 5, bodies in rugs. You may have seen this in movies before. A murderer rolls their victim up in a rug and carries it off without arousing suspicion. It's happened enough in real life to make you wonder if fiction inspired reality or the other way around. For one thing, a discarded carpet doesn't usually attract much attention. In Douglasville, Georgia, a body rolled up in a carpet inside an abandoned house wasn't discovered for months in 2022. Of course, if someone's feet happen to be sticking out of the rug, it's a little more noticeable. A pedestrian spotted one like that in Manhattan in 2019. In both cases, police were unable to determine what had happened. So beware, a rug may be more sinister than it seems.
Jeez. Okay.
I'm not really a cupcake, but I am cupcake. Thanks to Mood Can.
Mood is third-party tested, so you know it's safe.
And it should.
Number 4, secret sharers.
I'm like, who the heck are you? Why are you in my house? And she keeps kind of going, this is my house. I live here. I've been here for 3 days.
Ever misplaced something at home? You were sure it was right there, but somehow it's in another room. Well, probably you're just misremembering. Otherwise, it's a ghost. Or worse, a secret sharer living in your house. It may sound impossible, but people have pulled it off. In 2017, a woman in Arlington, Virginia thought she heard footsteps overhead after moving into a new apartment. 6 months later, she found the attic door open and discovered someone had been living there. She never knew who it was. In 2008, a Japanese man noticed food and other items going missing, so he installed security cameras in his house. It turned out that a woman was living above his closet and had gone undetected for a year.
집 앞 CCTV도 싹 잘라놨거든. 나 여기 온 거 아무도 몰라요. 나 잘했지 언니? 말끝마다 언니.
Number 3.
Okay, granted, if you do live in an apartment on, say, the 5th floor, for example, and it's a 10th floor apartment, which, thinking about that, that would be absolutely, like, nuts. Anyway, if that were the case, it could just be, like, the people on the 6th floor. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't think that necessarily was the case, but anyway.
몰라요. 나 잘했지 언니? 말끝마다 언니.
Number 3. Dead people in drinking water.
When they peered inside, they saw that Elisa Lam was floating face up. She was in a considerable state of decomposition.
Sorry, we know it's gross, but it does occasionally happen. One famous case in 2013 was at the Cecil Hotel in California. Guests complained that the water coming from their taps had a strange color and smell. As it turned out, a young woman's body was in the hotel water tank. She had gone missing a few weeks earlier. More recently, as the western U.S. faces a terrible drought, people have been disturbed to find that Lake Mead, one of the largest drinking water reservoirs in the country, contains a number of dead bodies, which are now being exposed as the water recedes. If it makes you feel any better, drinking water that's been around a corpse isn't usually harmful, just really, really disturbing. Number 2, bugs living in people.
I'm so this is so, like, oh my god. I'm so sorry if you guys are listening to this and you guys are eating at the same time. Like, I would suggest eating and then listening to this, or vice versa. Cause, like, yeah, this is, yeah.
When an insect flies into your eye or some other part of your face, it's bad for everyone, including the insect, which will likely be swatted. It's the bugs who enjoy being inside people that are truly horrifying. Take itch mites.
Adult mites will often seek out a new host. They do this by hitching a ride on sheets, linens, or through skin-to-skin contact.
Yeah, that is like I don't even know what word to use to describe that, but
They're so tiny you don't even know they've burrowed into your flesh until you develop an itchy rash. You may also be interested to know that some flies pass on parasitic loa loa worms when they bite. These worms swim around beneath your skin and your eyes, sometimes visibly. They can also inflate your brain and kill you. But unfortunately, getting rid of them is very difficult. If that freaks you out, trust us, you're not alone.
The doctors prepare the girl for a difficult procedure.
So they lay her in this chair,
I felt helpless, worried.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into settings and switch on your notifications. Number 1, organ trafficking.
What do you got? Liver. What's that? Liver. What are you, hanging out at AA meetings?
Although lurid stories about travelers being drugged and waking up missing a kidney have been fabricated, organ trafficking does exist. Desperate need has led to a black market system, where people pay huge sums to receive organ transplants without government oversight. But who are the donors? People as desperate as the ones needing transplants. Refugees, unemployed migrants, families living in abject poverty. They are offered money for their blood or organs. But if they accept, the money often turns out to be less than promised.
Then 2 lakh এর পার হইছিল এগুলা অনেক সংসারের ভেতর কাজ করতে করতে এগুলা সব দিনের মধ্যে এগুলা ঢুকতে
disgusting, man.
Weakness from medical procedures puts them entirely in the power of the traffickers. Sometimes truth is not only stranger, but also stranger and sadder than fiction.
He's always reminded of what was stolen from him by his car. His body has to adapt to just 1 kidney.
Alright.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these.
Alright, guys. Let me see what's okay. More than likely this next video is gonna be the last one, and then yeah. Here it is. Alright.
I started All Nation Restoration to help people. Chase for Business is literally...
Yeah, the video is an ad. Nah, I'm just man.
Really what it says in the name. It is Chase for Business, where I can find everything I need in one place, so we can help people get back to life.
Okay.
Stock up on my skincare faves at CVS. They've got everything I need for a full skincare reset. I got everything.
Here we go.
You know, as we head into spooky season and kick that off, I can't help but feel that something about Halloween just doesn't feel the same anymore. If you grew up in the 80s or the 90s, you probably remember it.
Which I clearly did not, even though I still kind of feel a bit old.
As a night and a time when the entire world would join in. Halloween night itself, the streets would be packed with trick-or-treaters, horror movies would be premiering on network TV, and pop culture and society just sort of moved in one giant wave towards this celebration. But today, over the past several years, it feels much smaller, more isolated, almost like everyone is celebrating in their own little bubbles, if they are celebrating at all.
My whole entire For You page is like all these sad videos of y'all sitting outside of your house saying, "There's no trick-or-treaters." It's like
bubbles, almost like everyone is celebrating in their own little bubbles, if they are celebrating at all.
My whole...
Okay, this part right here, this is the part I'm talking about.
whole entire For You...
Listen up.
Little bubbles, if they are celebrating at all.
My whole entire For You page is like all these sad videos of y'all sitting outside of your house saying, "There's no trick-or-treaters."
My husband and I got so much candy.
Why are no kids showing up to my house?
No one came trick-or-treating and I have all this candy. I have no trick-or-treaters. And no one came. No one passed by.
It's been an hour and there's still no one.
Like, does nobody trick-or-treat?
We were so excited to pass out the candy and just like, no one came. Do people not trick-or-treat anymore? I don't get it.
That is so, like, it's both extremely sad, and like, what else are you gonna do? Okay, granted, like me, okay, I'm gonna use myself as an example. On Halloween, my tradition since like 2022, something like that, maybe even 2023, was buy munchkins from Dunkin' Donuts, and watch horror movies, because that's what I love to do, right? So yeah, that's just me.
No one came. Do people not trick or treat anymore? I don't get it.
What happened? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What happened to that shared experience and excitement? What happened to that shared experience and excitement that we all have, or at least we used to have, for how the internet, and in particular streaming. I think that streaming helped cause the collapse of what we used to call a monoculture. Back in the 80s and 90s, and even a little before that, Halloween was a very community-oriented ritual. Kids poured out into the streets, homemade costumes, stuff that you picked up from the store and put together yourselves. Parents gathered on porches. Those porch lights were on. People were ready to hand out candy. TV networks ran annual marathons of stuff like It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, The Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror, of course, stuff like
my favorite classic Halloween cartoon special,
Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs. And if you missed it, too bad. You had to be there. You had to be in the moment. You had to be a part of all of this. You had to be swept.
By the way, guys, I was not born until like 99, so I cannot relate at all.
Up in the feeling, in the vibe, and if you didn't, there was no watch it later, stream it yourself, have your own little private holiday. It was a shit.
I tried everything for my stubborn dandruff, and then I found Nizoral. It works differently to get to the root cause of dandruff. Its active ingredient is 10 times more effective at fighting fungus, the primary cause of dandruff. Say goodbye to stubborn dandruff with Nizoral, now available in a shampoo plus conditioner.
Staying connected matters.
Hey, Mama. You remember when you taught me how to fish? Feeling a little nostalgic right now.
Shared community experience, and everyone got in on the act. You were kind of inundated with local network commercials and TV programming that tied the holiday into your favorite TV shows or the favorite things that you like to buy at the store. Everything was very seasonal. Retail stores, radio stations, movie theaters, everything synced up to the season. Malls and schools were in on it. Everything decorated. You used to see the seasons change and decorated in the schools. That was the power of the shared culture, that monoculture that millions of people remember because of the shared experience. But fast forward to today, and instead of there being 3 or 4, maybe 5 big Halloween specials, Sunday night at the movies, Joe Bob Briggs's Monster Vision marathon of these scary films, or all of your TV shows having Halloween specials like The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, things like that kind of brought everyone in on a shared vibe. We have hundreds, if not thousands, of options across streaming services worldwide, and some people are binging Netflix horror. Others are on TikTok watching spooky memes.
No, I do not have a TikTok, nor do I plan on making one among endless Halloween seasonal like, you know, things to watch. That I can agree on.
Someone else is playing like a horror video game. Somebody else is watching Disney Plus Halloween specials, and each person just sort of has their own private version of Halloween, customized through an algorithm driven specifically to them, that is separate from and not shared with their neighbors or their friends across town, or anything like that.
Like
the
me.
Internet and streaming may have given us these endless choices, but it shattered our sense of a shared experience. When everyone is watching something.
Yeah, because, gosh, I want to say, this is just my opinion, but I want to say the year of I want to say 18, maybe even 19. I feel like Halloween, I want to say, like, died, but like, how can I say this? It's like the true year that, you know, people were just like, I'm done. Like, granted, yes, people have more than likely gone to like Halloween parties and whatnot, you know, every year, if not every other year. And, you know, this is the season where haunts, you know, shine and all of that, which is great for them clearly, but, you know, still.
Something different and experiencing something completely different, you're not sharing that experience. It doesn't feel like a collective excitement. It doesn't feel like a collective experience in holiday. And that whole collective experience, the excitement that everyone felt about the same things, just dissolves. And that is a big part of why Halloween does not feel the same. And a lot can be said the exact same thing for Christmas. My dad, before he passed away.
And yes, I do not celebrate Christmas. I haven't celebrated Christmas, guys. I'm gonna be real. It's so funny because I can relate. I've not celebrated Christmas since, like, I don't know, the pandemic, maybe even 2021, and then 2022, that was when, like, Halloween season, or I guess the fall / the autumn, really, like, what's the word, you know, was not pushed on me, but, you know, I leaned into it extremely heavily. And again, 2020, again, maybe the pandemic, maybe 2021, but yeah, that's you know, when it happened.
He would say that he didn't want to watch something on streaming, and in some cases he didn't even want to watch it on physical media for the same reason, because he would say, you know, it's cool to be sitting here and watching, I don't know, whether it's like It's a Wonderful Life or something like that at Christmas time, or during the Halloween season. It's cool to be sitting here watching a DVD or a Blu-ray or stream, you know, John Carpenter's classic Halloween, but something's missing. That sense of community and camaraderie. He said he would rather wait for it to come on TV, because then he felt like he was part of an audience, part of a bunch of like-minded people that were collectively experiencing this moment together. Much the same reason that we go to movie theaters, to experience that together. But he said it just made it feel different, to know that we were watching the same Halloween, Count Chocula cereal commercials during the.
Guys, I cannot stand the movie theaters anymore. Like the year that I moved out of my quote unquote where I am now, I'm not sure if I should go to the movie theater that year one final time, because as of now, I haven't gone to the theater realistically since 2022, most likely. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Commercial breaks. The same promos for The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror that was going to come on later that night when Halloween went off, or the priming commercials for stay tuned for Halloween Part 2. Everybody was in on that excitement together, and it made it feel different to watch it that way, and sort of more special, because the rest of the stuff he could experience anytime on his own. And that's always kind of stuck with me. It's knowing that you're part of something bigger that enjoys this, and that other people are experiencing that with you, and that collective excitement and camaraderie just increased it, and the streaming age has just obliterated that. And I mean, even this video you're watching is an individualized experience to you, and that's how we live. But it's incumbent on us then to help change that to a collective experience. And I think the other thing is the decline of trick-or-treating. For years, my kids are now.
Yeah, that's a big one. Obviously, okay guys, I have not trick-or-treated since, God, I'm really gonna age myself here. I have not gone out and trick-or-treated since I don't even remember, I'm gonna be honest. Probably since I was I don't know, 15, maybe 13. Guys, I'm now pushing my late 20s now. So I'm not even gonna try to do the math because I'm horrible at math. But guys, I am old.
We said the same thing. Where are all the trick-or-treaters? It's the same neighborhood that I grew up in, and they're just kind of gone, despite the fact that even more people live here now. And so it's not just the streaming and media, though I hold that a huge part of the responsibility for this. But in the 80s, 90s, 70s, kids roamed blocks unsupervised for hours. You just had to be home at a certain time. You could go trick-or-treating and just have a blast. But now many neighborhoods, you just see fewer kids on the streets. Families go to trunk-or-treat.
That stupid thing that started in 2021, I believe. Guys, I am so happy I don't do that anymore. Not that, but trick-or-treat as a whole. So yeah, you guys know what I do for Halloween.
Events or indoor mall trick-or-treating events or just private parties. So there has been an increase in many ways of buying Halloween decorations and getting into the festivities. But again, it's all private and individualized, and it's not being shared with anyone, or it's being shared with just a small group. And when your event is over, everything is over. There isn't a collective excitement to anything. So on the one hand, the sales and the embracing of decorating and all this stuff has increased, and the excitement as a whole for the holiday and the collective experience that makes it a nostalgic touchstone and something that is fundamental to our experience here and growing up and memories and all those kind of things is completely lost. It's completely lost. And I get it. you know, trunk or treat, all these things. It's another, just like streaming, we're trading experience for convenience. And trunk or treats are safe. They're convenient. They're easy. It's a one-stop shop. You go around here.
They're just super like cringy to me. I don't know if it's me or if it's like all of my generation or half of my. I don't know, guys, but like it's cringy to me, and it always will be.
Everybody's car trunk and just get some candy and go on. And you're trading the experience of going to your neighbors, meeting them, saying hello and trick or treat and all that kind of stuff. You're trading the experience in the community and the vibe for convenience. And that is directly tied to streaming and internet. We traded the experience of theaters. We traded the experience of going out on a Friday night and renting movies and things like that, and being caught up in it and seeing the artwork and all that. We traded all that for the convenience of scrolling, doom scrolling for movies that you aren't really invested in and can change with a click on streaming. We've lost the community, we've lost the experience, and we've done it all in the name of convenience. And that is a large reason that Halloween feels very different today, and it just doesn't have the same feeling that it used to. With streaming kind of tying back into that, into the Halloween specials, like it was a collective appointment viewing. Okay, so you don't have appointment horror. You don't have appointment Halloween specials anymore. In the 80s, you would circle the TV guide for the horror movie premieres, the horror sitcom specials, or the cable marathons, and that was it. That was your chance to watch it. And if you didn't watch it, then you lost it. Maybe you got your VHS tape out and you set record and you recorded it, and that recorded all the commercials right along with it. But the scarcity.
Guys, the fact that I am a Zoomer and I know what a VHS is yeah, that's nuts.
Also made it special. I often tell people, it's like my favorite food ever is pizza. But if I eat pizza every single day, I get sick of it. Doesn't matter how good it is or it's my favorite. Now you can have it at your fingertips. Who cares if I miss it? I'll just watch it tomorrow. And it loses its value. If something is convenient, easy, disposable, so easily reused and all of that kind of stuff, it loses what makes it special. It loses its value. So now you miss it, who cares? I'll stream it. I'll do this, I'll do that. Back then, you missed it, you just missed it. And you had to wait till next year, and that increased that community experience. So
that's nuts. That like if you missed it, whoever from like the channel at the time, I don't even know, because again, I was not born until like 99, so like yeah, but like they were like, you missed it, well, you're gonna have to wait until next year. Like there's no, oh well, you can stream. No, streaming wasn't that thing in like 80s, 90s, even before that. So
every horror movie, every special now with streaming is available 24/7. So if you want to watch Halloween, The Exorcist, Hocus Pocus, The Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror, it's just a click away. So there's not the special nature of it is gone, and the collective experience of it is gone. So it's convenient, yes, but it also 100% dilutes the magic of it, and the event becomes more of an algorithm instead of a communal ritual, a community experience, a shared moment in time.
Taking the time to savor Thomas's crunchy yet soft bagels.
Thanks, Tom.
It's Tom, actually.
Right, Tom.
And that makes it lose a lot of its charm, a lot of its nostalgia, and a lot of its memory-making abilities. How do you make a memory when it's at your fingertips constantly? You can't. Same thing with social media. Social media turned Halloween into a personal brand. Costumes are chosen not so much because of like what you like and what you're into, or because you want to scare somebody or whatever, but more for Instagram likes or TikTok, viral ability. The scariest haunted house in your neighborhood might be the one that gets the online attention, but all this kind of stuff. What's going to be cool online? What's going to be cool for a video? Instead of participating in being where your feet are and experiencing everything, as it comes and really enjoying it, we're too busy trying to capture it on video and see how it gets likes and gets attention above what else other people are doing.
Luckily, I am not one of those Zoomers that's like addicted to their phone for like 48 hours. Like, not even like, yeah, okay, maybe a day, but like 48 hours to 3 days, nah. Like, that is like absolutely like nuts if you are. Like, I know I'm like bashing like younger Zoomers and like Gen A, Gen Alpha, but like, I mean, I'm an elder Zoomer, so like, yeah, you come at me if you want.
So, in other words, Halloween stopped being about that it's hard to come back from, to be honest. So why does it feel so different? It's all of those things combined. The 80s, 90s, and the 70s is there, because we've shifted away from a world of scarcity and a shared culture and a shared experience to one of endless convenience and choice and individual experience. We traded that monoculture, that experience, for convenience tied to an algorithm. And we traded our community for individuality and just kind of hollow convenience. But there is some good news. I definitely feel like there's some good news. Halloween is not gone. It's not gone. Like I said, we've seen an increase in people buying huge elaborate decorations and decorating. Now that's tied back to they want those Instagram pictures and stuff like that. They want to go viral. But if we can get that to cross over, if we can get that to go back to being a shared experience, we've all got this stuff now. Everybody's buying this stuff all the time and showing it because we see it on social media. If we can get that back to where we share that with our neighbors instead of just online, to where we all get this experience back. And I mean, right now, streaming,
like, I don't even know why people half the time they buy, things that look, mad crazy and mad good, and it's like they only want it, for not only themselves but also for, likes or follows or whatever. Like, that, in my opinion, is just like, that's being lazy to me. But I mean, do what you want to do.
is starting to tank. It's starting to resemble a more expensive version of cable every single day. If we can move back to where we actually get these programs that we share together, that pull us all into the same bat time, the same bat channel, and get you into that shared experience, and you combine that with like all these decorations, these elaborate increase and all that stuff that we have today, we could really be on the way to bringing Halloween back even better than it was. I mean, we have things like Halloween Horror Nights. We have haunts and haunted houses that are getting better and better. All that kind of stuff. If we just start trying to...
But I do like see them via like YouTube videos and IG and stuff. Guys, they're freaking nuts. Oh my god, I love Halloween so much.
Bring that back to the community instead of, and I'm not talking about trunk or treats. Like, that kind of takes the soul out of Halloween and just makes it a convenience one-stop shop. That doesn't work. It needs to be experienced in amongst the community,
it
not
really
in a
doesn't.
parking lot. How cold and sterile is that? But
oh my
maybe we can find that sense of community again, because in the end, all of this is shared on our streets, on isolated experience that is based on convenience. And that's why Halloween feels different, but there is hope to get it back the other way. You just have to be willing to trade convenience for something much, much better. Because at the end of the day, Halloween was never just about the costumes or candy or even horror movies. It was about a sense of excitement, a sense of community, a sense of a shared experience that would mark the time, mark that point in our lives that we could go back to in our mental Rolodexes later and share and pass on forward. Don't trade all that for convenience. And streaming is a bad culprit of that. But if we want to feel this magic again,
I mean, it's already here though. Like, streaming streaming has been here, so like I'm not even
bad culprit of that. But if we want to feel this magic again, it's there to be had. We might just have to put the phones down a little bit, turn on the porch light, and step back out into the dark. And that's what I got for you this time. I hope you enjoyed it.
Alright guys, that is today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, I am so sorry if you guys are eating while you guys listened, because it's over now. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow